Welcome to Lightning Strikes, home of the Oak Forest Premier League. This week, Rob Thor, also known as the Giant Killer, does it again. And shooting the high game of the week with a 280, Andy Cox and Daniel Casera, the hottest bowlers of the late. Two more teams broke 3,000 barrier. Pfister opened up a 5-pin lead over Stouffer, who struggled again this week. Larry, what in the world is going on?
Well, Stouffer's been inconsistent. As great as he is, there's some pairs he just can't get lined up on. He fiddles, he moves his hand, he changes equipment, he moves his feet, he moves his eyes, he changes speeds, and nothing works. It just goes to show you about topography, because all the pairs are oiled the same. This house has different topography. Pfister's a little straighter, plays outside. He doesn't have a lot of revs, so he can just float the ball at the pocket, play the drier boards. Stouffer cannot get out there. The minute he does, this ball runs away Brooklyn because of his tilt and his rev rate. So he has to get in on the oil line, and that's where it gets a little tricky with transition and carry down. So all of a sudden, Stouffer's fooling with the wet and the dry right on the oil line, but Pfister's to the right of it, definitely favoring your drier boards, pointing the ball up, soft hand, not a lot of revs, very accurate, very good spare maker, and I can't believe, though, he opened up a 5-pin lead. I would not have bet on that. There's a lot of things I wouldn't have bet on. Number one, I would have thought by now that, Allshire would have been right there, and all of a sudden last week bowled terrible.
This week got 700 last week.
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago, yeah, it's just one of those deals where you've got some great bowlers who get on the wrong pair, and their power works against them, where the softer hand of Pfister is a little more consistent crossing the house.
First 6 weeks, Stouffer's averaging 250 almost.
Yeah, he's definitely slumped off, but it's a long year. And anything can happen, as we know, especially when we look at Tick Transport, when we start talking about them. They made a move that nobody figured. And right now, they are the best team in the league. By the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, they're batting close to 750. They're taking 3 out of every 4 points. So it's been an interesting league. It's wonderful to follow.
They're getting them perfect matchups every week. They're not bowling spectacular. But
well, they don't have any high averages either. That's the most amazing part. All 190, 195 average bowlers, which is very good, but they're not 230 shooters. They've got a lot of handicap. And right now, they are on a roll. They're taking 16 to 20 every week. That's a lot to do every week.
They're not going to be here this week. They postponed.
Oh, they did postpone?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get 16 this week.
Really?
Yeah.
They had a bad postpone?
Yeah, we're bowling pot games right next to them.
I saw them. I thought they were practicing together. I didn't realize that. Oh, they postponed on like 21 and 2 or 23 and 4 right down there somewhere. Yeah, okay.
Because Preston and Tony are like college referees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're going. They have all these bowl weeks coming up.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Football bowls.
Yeah, football,
and they're referees. Mm-hmm. Wow, I had no idea. That's cool.
That's how it'll be.
I like that.
That's cool. All right, match number 1 we'll get into real quick. Chucky's team, Frank and Beans, took 21.5, moved from 9th to 6th. They beat up on team number 17, Roy Pierce's team, OMWB, who dropped from 8th to 11th. Another solid week for Mike Durkee, definitely the most consistent this far, shooting 692, 743 to defeat Roy Pierce 3-1. Brad Zielinski stepped up and swept Dick Hogan by shooting 701, 761 with a big 268 game 2. Reggie Conlon 3-1 versus Brian Copeland, shooting 661, 688. With handicap, Chuck Rucker almost swept Matt Hodgman, but they tied the first game 222.
What's interesting about this team is Durkin at 217, Zielinski 213, Reggie Conn 214, Chuck Rucker 211. They can flip that order around any way they want. They can have the first bowler bowling last, the second bowler. They can move it any way because literally the 4 of them are within a couple pins of one another. So they're not really relying on a big gun. Very consistent team. Each week another one that leads is just as good as the previous week when the other person led. So you look at Brad Zielinski with 701, Chucky 670, Durkin 692.
Again.
Yeah. Very good bowling. 27-24 scratch, 29-58. That's a monster. Anytime you take 20 points or more, that's a monster. You're going to pick up a lot of wood.
Absolutely. Yeah, Durkin, I swear to God.
I like Durkin. He's consistent.
He's going to be the best leadoff bowler in the league.
Oh, I know. He hadn't bowled for 5 years. He's averaging 217. Hadn't picked up a ball. Maybe I should do that. So let's see. I'm 70. No, I'm not making a comeback at 75 under any circumstances.
Yeah.
See, he can do it. He's a lot younger. He quit from 45 to 50.
He's great.
Yeah.
All right, match number 2 is team number 4, EVA Pro Shop, the Boston team. They won 13. They stayed the same in 7th. They bowled against the last place team, Stupid Corner, won 11, and they stayed in 24th. Jason Lamb put together a solid 616, 724 to sweep the boss, Robert Eddy. Super sub Scott McDonald, who lost earlier this season to the guy he subbed for, Jaka Khan, 796, 800, bowled well as usual with a 676 to take it 3-1. Danny Wilson, very impressed with that lefty. He shot 279 game 1 to beat Scott Cobb, but Scott bowled 238 triple kit, 714 scratch, 7-0 handicap to go 3-1. And John and Fuego Rakowski shooting 728 to Mike Boyd's 675 to go 3-1. They had a game 3 battle where Mike Boyd won 270 to 266. Mike taking that game.
That's a great team, you know, with McDonald, Cobb, and Rakowski right behind the boss. I'll tell you, that's Mantle, Maris, and Berra. These guys can strike at will anywhere. Cobb has had a great year. Obviously, Scott McDonald, power player. And the great Rakowski coming alive, and all of a sudden the average is up to 225. I was watching him fiddle on that pair last week, changing speeds, changing tilt, moving quarter and half boards with his eyes and feet. And the last game he gets locked in. Really bowled great. 256, 226, 266. But the last game, Mike Boyd got Mike Boyd's a good bowler.
That's right.
Like Mike Boyd, he's cool.
I like Mike Boyd.
Him and Kelly, they love to bowl. They follow each other. Wonderful husband and wife. Good doubles team. Good mixed doubles team there. Kelly and Mike Boyd. I'll bet they can win some doubles tournaments.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Also, Rakowski finished second in the 5-gamer against all the Weber superstars. Saturday was great.
Rakowski is just so consistent and so good. He looks the same every year. You know, I watched him in the 2009-10 season. He bowled my league over in Cape Coral for a couple of years. He doesn't look any different than he did 10 years ago. It's the same methodical approach, same walk, same attitude, same demeanor. He's 10 years older. Boy, when he turns 50, would I love to see him bowl some major events on a PBA senior tour. I hope so. He could be the first champion back here in Southwest Florida since Ricky Ward for PBA, and we'd love to see that.
Yeah, I think it's like his third 700, fourth 700 in a row.
Yeah, he's coming.
He likes his house now.
Yeah, he's coming.
It's his favorite house.
He's gotta like it. He's too good. How could he not like it?
It's John. All right, match number 3 is team number 6, Luke, who won 15 points, moved up to 12th. They bowled team number 21, the Goats, who won 9, who dropped from 3rd to 4th. Ice Martinez struggled to win a 3-1 over Darren Lamar. 247 at the gate, but a horrible second game. 149. Eric Spivey subbing for House Brown helped the Goats with a sweep over Justin Aldridge, who struggled in his match. Clay McCallum and Joe Lasik had a great match, splitting 2-2. Joe shooting 268, 314 in game 1, but Clay wins the next 2. And Merle Billy swept the great Jay Rucker, shooting 704, 794 with games of 255, 258. Jay Ball 642 with a little below average.
Well, Jay Rucker's had a great year, and all of a sudden, this is his first week where he really got pounded. The Goats are still right there. They're in 4th. They've been a little erratic. You know, they had the lead early in the season. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. But to be in 4th and be a little erratic is a good thing. You don't want to be in 20th and be a little erratic. So, obviously, they're a very good team. Jay will bounce back. Clay McCallum bowling well. He's the handicap player on the team. He had a good week at 564. And there it is again. When you get a man getting a lot of handicap like that, you look at his last 2 games, 270, 240 with handicap. So if he can step it up and start shooting 560 a week, get Jay rolling again, they'll be right back.
Yeah, like a Merle Billy shooting
Merle Billy. Back. I like that name, Merle Billy.
And his brother is Dwayne Billy.
So that's Dwayne Billy.
So I think it's the brother.
Sounds like they're a country and western duo.
255.
Dwayne and Merle Billy here singing out of Waco, Texas. What do you think?
Boy.
I know, we're trying to bowl.
Great.
Okay.
All right, keep it up. All right, match number 4 is going to be team number 8, Diamond Security. Took 17, finally bowled well. They moved up to 18th place, and they bowled the first place team, Brightview Financial, who's still in first. Tyler Ploward took 3-1 versus Matt Rizzo, who bowled solid with a 7-11 versus Tyler 683, 761. Scott Chakowski really struggled with a 494 series. Fortunate to take 1 point versus Dustin Clark, who also struggled early this season. Dustin Clark was a team MVP, but has been struggling lately. And Bobby Hamilton got swept while shooting 701 to another super sub who shot 672, 792. Pfister gets 1 point wild. Shutout 7-8 to Schumacher 784.
You know, it's amazing when you look at the Hamilton scores. He goes 247, 261 with handicap, 247, 261 with handicap, loses both. Both 701 and got the 0-4. That's pretty rare when a guy can bowl that good and that consistent. And then you look at Schumacher, who put a hurting on Pfister, but Pfister's still shooting 700s. Pfister shoots 237 no handicap, 237. Schumacher 247. Then he goes 226, 220, 223, 235. Could have been the other way. Could have been a sweep literally for Pfister.
Yeah.
He's 2 shots away from sweeping. So there you go. 2 deliveries makes him 1-3 instead of 4-0. And that's the difference right now that this team has to have take place. Right now they've been struggling. They're barely in first place. They're just hanging on. But Hamilton and Pfister bowling 14-09 between them, taking 1 point. 14-09 scratch, going 1-7. That's really tough. That's a good team bowling very well. They just can't win all this.
How about Scott Chakowski, 494?
That was a shocker. He's too good for that. He must have been hurting. I didn't ask him or anything, but when I see 153, 154, and I see Rizzo left-handed with 711, Schumacher left-handed with 684, Scott's left-handed 494. It's got to be something physical. He's too good to have that happen.
Had a great year.
Too good a bowler to have that happen.
Absolutely.
All it takes is a rip on the thumb, a muscle pull, and whammo, there it is. You know, you can't make the shot.
490.
490.
490 after 2.
That had to be the long ride over the bridge to Cape Coral, folks. That's the long ride.
All right, match number 5 is team number 18, Fort Myers. Only took 5. They dropped to 19. They bowled the Tats with 19, and they also shot 31.08. Gary Sykes bowled well, solid, consistent, sweeping Larry Null, 685, 687, 795 with handicap, best series of the year. Mike Barter lost game 1 to Gary Sykes, 249 to 254, but rebounded to win games 2 and 3, and also taking total. Ricardo Renya had the high set of the week, shooting 784, 883 with handicap. Ricardo had games of 268, 276, 240, sweeping John Shemensky, who bowled well also, 671, 751 versus Ricardo. Bobby Taylor put together 684, 686, 734 to sweep Dave Belanco. Taps bowled games of 1,024, 1,077, 1,007, 31.08.
You know what's amazing about them? They took the last 11 points. Mike Varda gets the last 3, Ricardo Renya and Bobby Taylor with the sweep. Look at those circles, the way they figure out on this score sheet. They lost the first 5, they won the rest of the way out. So when you look at that, very, very good bowling for Taps. Very good team. If you'll notice, the averages aren't that high. Bobby Taylor's been carrying them all year. But there's Mike Varda and Ricardo Renya with 1470. That's a lot of wood. You know, there you go. It's just a great score.
Ricardo Renya, 780.
Yeah, fantastic bowling. Mike Varda and Ricardo got a 196 and a 203 average bowler. Putting those kind of scores up with handicap, that's a monster there.
I don't think Ricardo went 3 out this week.
No 3 outs for Ricardo this week. I want to figure out how he does that. I don't know how you can look that good and get 3 on the left twice. Put it in the same spot. You think he does that on purpose?
He's really good to do it on purpose.
I'll tell you right now. Sandy Verpop is the only one I know could do that twice in a row.
I mean, to go 6-bagger.
That's the trick shot. 6-bagger, 3 and 3. I've never seen that, or 3 and 0. I've never seen that in my life. Right.
It's crazy.
It's a handicap league.
All right, match number 6 is going to be team number 20. The Killer Tomatoes won 14th. They stayed in 20th. And they bowled against team number 11, Aches and Pains, who won 10 and are in 22nd place. Hard-fought match between these 2 teams. Bobby Martin wins game 1, but Robert Seeley wins games 2 and 3. Also squeaked out total 701 and 694 by 8 pins. Bob Apolloni took games 1 and 2 from Joe Smith, but Joe came back in game 3 to 227 and 227, 252 to edge out total 745 to 742 for a split. Fred Ingles threw a lot of strikes game 2, shot 270, also shot 701 to sweep Mike Smith, Larry.
Mike Smith really struggling. He's got to be hurting. He's had a bad foot all year. That's not like him to shoot 5'11". That's a pretty good pair of lanes, pretty good scores. Fred Ingles, really a good bowler. Just can get on that wet dry. He's got a soft hand with some tilt. Play about 7-8 right up and at him. Shot 300 earlier this year. Bowls my colored pin on Tuesday. Wonderful man. Nice to see him sweep. I feel bad for Mike Smith, but I got to figure right there between him and Craig Streetsel. Both of them have been injured this year. Craig Streetsel's had back problems. Mike Smith with a foot problem, and there it shows. These are 2 pretty good bowlers that just haven't really haven't clicked. Craig at 191, much better bowler than that. Mike Smith, 206 for 5'11". Not that. He's got a problem. There's no doubt it's in his foot. I know he doesn't want to say it. He's a very proud man, but I see him hobbling. And the minute you're sore in this game, it's tough, especially in a league where you got match play points. It's not a fun league.
No,
it's not a mixed league. You know, you're there to win. You're not drinking a bunch of beer. This is the type of league here where the bowlers are very serious. They really want to win. There's a lot of prestige. So I feel kind of bad for Mike. That might have been the night he should have called the sub in, get a Scott McDonald in to give him a 690 and get the team loose.
That's right. All right, match number 7, the hottest team in the league is Tick Transport, won 19.5. They move up to 5th. They beat up on team number 13, Rolling Thunder, Herb Klein's team. They won 4.5, and they dropped back to 23rd place. John Bercier starting to come around as of late, shooting another 600, taking 3-1 over Herb. Preston Willis bowls his average 625, tying game 1 with Ron Rosser, and they split the next 2 games with Preston taking total. Mark Janowski swept Corey Brown, and John Totten and Tony Komorsak went toe-to-toe, splitting their match 2-2. John shot 654, 753 versus Tony 663, 777.
Look at Totten, 259, 243 against Kamansik. The next game, 260 to 251. That could have went either way. That could have been a 4-0 for either guy. Very good bowling there on the bottom for that team. Obviously, Tick Transport, the hottest team in the league. This is a team that was mired in the last 4 spots for about the first 5 or 6 weeks, going backwards every week. And all of a sudden, the last 10 weeks, they have went from 20th to 5th, I believe. Yep. Fantastic bowling.
I think Big B Bowling did the opposite. They were in 5th and dropped down to 27th.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They pass each other going up and down.
This team right now is a factor, and they know it. You know, when you start winning like this, it's contagious. You start to go out there every week believing you're going to win. And right now, congratulations to them on a major comeback in this league.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They earned it.
Oh, yes, they earned it.
They kind of got a good schedule. I think they got a better schedule this half than the second half.
Well, you know, it's the luck of the draw, and right now they're just clicking at the right time, and that's what you got to do. You got to take advantage of it any way you can.
They haven't bowled Big Jam Alert yet, but I can see that. All right, match number 8 is team number 24, Eddie Foods, who won 16, moved up to 17th. They bowled the second place team, Beach Bowl, won 8, and they're still in second. Greg Lindsay wins game 1, but Oswald came back winning games 2 and 3 with a 2-pin win in game 3, 221 to 219. Gatewood and Ponzo split a 2-2. Jerry Lake swept the great Jerry Mikulunix. He shot 700 versus Jerry 641. Chris Pichu 667 to take Mark Class Sr., who's been struggling late. Chris won 3-1.
Chris P still throwing the ball very well. Jerry Lake, very good bowler against Jerry Mikulanic, and one of Mikulanic's lowest scores of the year, averaging 227, one of the highest averages in the league. Jerry Lake took a few weeks off. But look at the averages of Team 17, Lindsay 209, Joe P at 205, Jerry Lake 220, Chris P at 215. Very good averages, but in 17th place. So there's a team that bowls well. They've got good averages, but they can't make any headway. They should bowl very well in the second half. A lot of teams, I got to figure, you know, we pay at the end of 18 weeks and we start over again. And there's a lot of teams that have learned a lot about each other. I picked this team to be in the top 8 in this league in the second half. This is a good team, very consistent team, and I got to figure this is more like spring training for them now. They're getting ready for the second half. They can't win the first half, so they're getting ready for the second half.
They were in 23rd place for a while
during
the season. They just couldn't get out of their own way.
Very good team. All good bowlers.
Yeah, absolutely. Match number 9 is going to be team number 1. Naples Fire Protection took 19 and moved to 15th. They bowled against Team 10. Bill Bone took 5, who went from 5th to 8th. John Barron took 3 versus Lewis Martin's Blind. Billy Morgan took game 1, but Blake Bernard took games 2 and 3 in total. Andy Cox, the hottest bowler of late, with his third 700 series in a row, sweeping Joe Gradato. And Davion beat Beagle 268 to 257 game 1. But Beagle, the 2019 Prider champ, won games 2 and 3, as well as total 725 to 691, Larry.
This is Beagle's best week in a number of weeks, 725. Really a fantastic bowler. Good to see him bowling good again. Andy Cox was going nowhere, and all of a sudden, the last month, he changed some balls.
Now he changed the mechanics.
Changed mechanics to make some changes.
Not so crowded at the front.
Good for him. Well, that's what it takes. You got to learn from bowling bad. Bowling bad is lack of knowledge, not lack of ability. Here's a very good bowler. Just didn't understand what he was doing wrong. All of a sudden, he figured it out, and whammo, there he is. He's got the knowledge.
I think Steve Collier gave him the tip to move back on his
Steve Collier, great coach, great bowler. Yeah. That's what you got to do. You got to go to somebody with an eye and say, you know, what am I doing wrong? I can't strike. The lanes aren't that tough. You don't have to be a professional coach. You just have to be a real good bowler you can go to that you can trust. I like that Steve helped him. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Dennis Beagle's back to 1000 last couple weeks.
Yeah, bowling well again. And Blake Barnard bowling well at 606. Just getting over 200 average, didn't bowl for 5 years. That's a good bowler. Averaged 230 a few years ago at Coral.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he can strike.
See 230, you gotta strike a lot. All right, match number 10 is going to be team number 3 is Autism Awareness. That's Billy Seymour and Gacera's team. They won 17. They moved up to the top 10. They rolled against team number 12, Lightning Strikes, who won 7, who dropped down to 13th. Jared Eisenberg started out with 279, but Don Swartz Sr. took games 2 and 3. But Jared's 717 was able to hold on to total. Donnie Jr. bowled great again, back-to-back great weeks. And sweeping George Silva 693 to 640 scratch. Clark Hallman took 3-1 from the great Billy Seymour. Billy shot 275 game 2, but 664. And Daniel Gacera has been straight fire the past 3 weeks with another 700 series, shooting 279, 740 to sweep Chris Rich, who shot 648, 690 with handicap.
Well, that first game, Gacera with 279 and Rich at 254 set the pace for Gacera because he's been struggling. All of a sudden, he gets a break. Chris Rich could have beat him. It's an amazing score when you really look at it. They were going right there at each other, and then Gacera strikes out for 279, which set the pace for 740. He got the 80 of that 740 in game 1. Game 1 actually gets him total when you look at the actual score. Great bowling for Daniel. Billy Seymour bowling well, but not enough to get by Clark Hallman. It's been erratic. All of a sudden, a good week for Clark. Keep in mind, this is a team that bowled our position round.
First place.
And they were in first, and now they're down to 13th, so they've been on a slide ever since.
They've gone back up to 5th, and now they're back down to 13th.
Yeah, they need to regroup, start again.
Yeah, I talked to Daniel Gacera, and I asked him, what are you doing, why outside you bowling so well, new ball, new layout? He doesn't know, I just started practicing a little bit.
I think he's changed his tilt. I think he's got a little more forward roll on the ball. It's not as violent on the back. I think he squared up his angles a little bit. His ball just cutting through the pocket. Probably led the league in solid 9s for the year. I mean, the ball would be flush and go right through and cut the 5 right off the 9. So nice to see Daniel bowling well. He's such a nice kid. Just a wonderful, wonderful kid.
You bowled this weekend?
He bowled this weekend against the Weber boys.
He did.
Bowled well.
For a while.
Yeah.
And then he stayed to bowl pot games after.
Did he win?
I think they lost. I think it was a 4-man team. It was 4-on-4. Stouffer and Bernecki and Brad Zielinski and Rob Thor against Robert Eddy, Daniel Gacera, Martin Ralder-Reese, and some other guy.
And Martin Ralder-Reese just had a baby?
He did, a baby yesterday.
His wife had a baby boy?
Yeah, baby boy.
Congratulations to Martin. Now, first child, I believe?
That's the second.
Second child?
Yep.
Congratulations, Martin.
Good. Yep, he told me about...
Nice to see Martin up here bowling a little bit with us, coming over and subbing and whatnot.
We love Lightning Strikes. He can't wait to bowl here next season, like a lot of other people, too.
Like a lot of other people. They're coming.
I know what we're going to do next year.
We're going to have to add on another 50 lanes. Maybe we'll tell Robert to split the house. We'll have a 100 laner. We'll be out on Fowler Street. What do you think?
We'll definitely be out on the street.
Yeah.
If we do that, that's for sure. All right, match number 11 is team number 5, Hockey Baby, who took 14.5, and they moved up to 3rd place. And they bowled team number 14, which is going to be Fig Jam Alert, who dropped down to 16th place, only took 9.5. Ricky Ward bowled well, shooting 702 and taking 3-1 over Anthony Evanchuk. Mike Alshire shot 707, was only able to win 1.5 point versus Jim Shirk, who bowled great with a 673, 748. Mike lost total by 11 pins. Lee Ratchet came in really injured. He thought he broke his hand. I didn't think he was even a bowl, but he shot 266 out of the gate and bowled well. Went 3-1 versus MacGyver. Chris Hubuck stepped up to sweep David Stouffer, my doubles partner, 649 to 712. What's up with Stouffer?
I don't know, but Chris Hubuck was thrilled. He came up to me at the end of the league. He says, I beat Stouffer. I swept Stouffer. I said, what? He says, yeah, I swept him. I said, what'd you shoot? He said 649. I'm thinking that's not a lot of wood against Stouffer.
That's right.
Stouffer's just, he's catching pairs he can't strike on. You know, it's amazing when you see somebody that good. We all know he's a very capable bowler, but obviously with all the tricks he's got in the bag, he can't strike on some pairs in his house. There's his teammates, Alshire with 707, Ratchet 674. Right in front of him, you got 2 guys that averaged 230 for 6, and he averaged, what, 202, 201.
But he did bowl well when I counted. We bowled pot games after. He's on my partner. He shot 289, 244.
He looked great in the pot games. Money. Can't strike in the league. Goes to the pot games and shoots 532 for 3. You picked the, what, you to change the lanes for him because he was your partner? What did you do?
I was leaving. He said, "You partner."
You must have got him loose.
There's nobody left in the building.
He saw you as loose as you are. Said, I can't
He
lose.
saw me and some drunk old lady in the bar, and she didn't want to bowl, so I was the only one left. And we ended up winning.
So I'm glad you bowled. It's fun to watch you.
Yeah.
You're a good bowler, you know.
I'm terrible.
I could see you as a kid at the Meadows 20 years ago before you left Connecticut. 8:45 and 8:46.
8:44.
And back-to-back weeks?
Back weeks on the post office league.
At a post office league.
Yeah, on Friday mornings. I was a GM at the time.
You shot 1689 for 6?
Yeah, that was great.
Oh my God.
With a
I didn't do that for 10.
AMF bull whip. Remember that ball?
The bullwhip.
Yeah.
You know, the bullwhip was the #1 ball of the year,
Was
and
it?
Del Warren invented that ball. That ball was voted the #1 ball of the year when it came out, the AMF bullwhip. And Del Warren was so proud of that. He was the designer of that ball, now the head coach for Weber and at Kegel. He
Really?
invented the bullwhip.
That's my 2 highest series ever.
Really?
Dirk Ridley drilled it for me.
Dirk
Last
Ridley
series.
drilled. Dirk's a great driller. Worked for me and my son for a while, 20
Yeah.
years ago. Oh yeah.
Good man.
Oh yeah.
Knew Dirk a long time. He drilled my first bowling ball at Southern.
Dirk Ridley's unbelievable.
So
Technician. Great driller.
Great guy.
Great guy.
All right, the last match of the day is going to be match 12. It's going to be team number 7, Big B Bowling Tournaments. They took a split over Bearded Cheese, which is Rob Thor's team. Nice to see Brandon Carlton getting off the slump. As a recent, shooting 607, but Jason Rendenu bowled 662, 758 to take 3-1. Doug Lozen shot 614, 695 to go 3-1 versus Josh Brown. Wayne Toppin lost game 1 to JJ Feather, 236, 234, but was able to sweep the next 3. We go 3-1. Rob Thor, the giant killer as of late, shot high game of the week at 280 to go 3-1 over the great Robert Hilton.
Rob Thor's amazing. Not a lot of reps, accurate, likes to get right on that wet dry line, loves the bowl. He's had some very impressive weeks, but unfortunately the team isn't, they're in 16th, and as far as Big B goes, I cannot believe they're 21st. They started off so good, especially with Toplin and Hilton. I mean, those are 2 really good bowlers. But unfortunately, it's the luck of the draw. They did not bowl well. They shoot 28-26. And right now, that score is not going to win a lot. I thought it would in the beginning of the year. They need some 29-50s. They need some 20 and 4s, 19 and 5s. They need to explode and let some teams know they're for real right now. They just don't have it. Something's missing. I see where they changed the lineup. They moved Carlton and Lozen around. But 12 and 12 isn't going to cut it.
No, Wayne Toppin got 707. He bowled very well.
Yeah. They're struggling. Good team. There you go. Another good team that you just can't win.
And Robert Hilton was leading the 5-gamer this Saturday for a while.
Yeah, Robert
Got
Hilton.
244
Very
game
good
1
bowler.
against the Weber.
Very good bowler.
Weber studs.
But if you look at their averages, 99 for Carlton, 204 for Lozen, 215 for Toplin, 224 Bill. There's many teams indicative of that number that aren't 21st.
No.
So it's the luck of the draw. It's when they click. They're not clicking against the teams they should be beating. That's the difference.
They took a split, all that. Yeah. So that's it for us on the TV pair this week. It's going to be a treat. We got Diamond Security and Sound, Matt Rizzo, Dustin Clark, Mark Pulaski Jr., and Mike Schumacher. They're bowling against the Goats, Clay McCallum, Jay Rucker, House Brown, and Ice Martinez.
Wow, that ought to be a great match. And keep in mind, this coming Saturday, we have our first 50 and over 5-game sweeper. 80% at 235.
Yes, it is. 230.
230. $35 entry fee.
Right,
Santa Claus lowered the entry fee
Oh, you saw it.
and guaranteed first place for $500. We have a Santa Claus here. He happens to be the owner.
Santa.
This should be a lot of fun for all of you over the age of 50. This is a great tournament. Come on over. We will live stream. Tell your friends.
That's right. I'm bowling.
Especially being that you're over 50, you might have some grandchildren watching up in the Northeast or something.
$35 for 500.
$35 for $500 for first.
It's
a
crazy.
great deal.
It's insane.
Yeah. I'd like to come out of retirement for that
Come
one.
on now.
But I get no handicap.
Get the boss at too
I'll
much.
get it beat. I'll shoot 620 and end up last.
Get the boss at too much eggnog.
I think that's fantastic. Our Saturday series is going to run every Saturday now at 2 o'clock. We have different events every Saturday here, Lightning Strike scheduled from now on the end of the bowling season, with our inaugural event last week, which was swept by the Weber kids with Bukowski in second. But now this is a handicap event for bowlers over the age of 50,
right.
men and women.
Handicap.
So come on over and join us.
Right.
Have a sandwich, watch a little football while you're bowling,
Be on TV with Larry.
and be on TV. You gonna sit with me and talk?
I'm gonna try to bowl if I can.
Oh, that's right, it's over 50.
Yeah, I want to try to make some of that $500 back.
You want
to give back to the bowl.
You could, you know, if you win, they're gonna think something's wrong. You
It's a house shot.
You got to be very careful. You know, when you're an employee and you win, you know, people are gonna be watching you. What are you?
My check's paid by Fruit Dynamics, not by lightning strikes.
Can I have half your action? Can I give you $17.50 right now? I want half your action.
You want that? I like money on fire.
Anyway, it's going to be great. I have a feeling we're going to have a very good turnout. Bowlers over the age of 50 from Naples to Northport. Come on over here on Saturday and have some fun with us. You'll love it. It's a house shot. Be easy to hit the pocket. The corners are tough, but 80% at 230, that evens things out.
How about the Saturday's champion, Tom? Who won the scratch 5-gamer?
This past weekend was the boy from North Barrington, Tom Hankey.
Tom Hankey Jr.
Fantastic. Did you see him bowl?
He's such a nice.
He's wonderful. He's only 19. He won the teen masters at 17. You know, when I talk with him, I got a lump in my throat. I love kids like this. This is a very modest, nice young man whose parents own a bowling center in Great Barrington, Mass. They own a 24-laner, and you saw the excitement and the pride in his face. He's a nice young man. Got a little lump in my throat when I see that because I could see how much he loves the game and what it means to him to win.
A lot of work.
And he told me his greatest throw was to win the teen masters, you know, a junior event. Now he won the intercollegiate singles and team event this year.
With Weber, yeah.
Yeah, with Weber. So he's won 3 majors already at 19. 3 college majors.
That Weber team is so stacked.
Oh, I know. And they're wonderful kids. And the poise, the confidence. And when they made a bad shot, not a face, not a remark, you know, no moaning, no groaning, no frowning, smiling, great demeanor, great confidence, they exude confidence. That's because of Randy and Dell and Ruben up there at Kegel. Taught these boys how to understand an open frame, put it behind you and get in there and bowl. Don't fight the lanes, don't blame the pins, don't blame the lanes. You're not doing something right, figure it out, learn how to bowl.
That was my first time being that close to that many college kids bowling like in a tournament, man.
Yeah, it was
so
great.
Awesome.
It was an honor. And Evan Baranecki's just, you know, it's just, you know, we're all rooting for Evan because he's from here, you know, obviously Cape Coral. And he's our next star. I call him the next one. Nick Larson throwing great to lefty. Beautiful awesome. Game. What a stroke on Nick Larson.
Great kid.
I drove both of them kids balls in junior leagues, you know, when I had my store over on the Cape. I had both those boys before the age of 10. To watch them now 10, 15 years later, I went, oh my God. And I'm so glad they didn't quit.
Yeah.
A lot of times kids, you know, they find other things in life. They get married, they get a job, they do this, they do that, whatever. But these 2 boys stay at it. Now they represent Florida nationally.
How about Marquise Houston?
Marquise Houston's wonderful.
Kid. Yeah, he's my favorite bowler now.
Yeah, you know.
He's so nice.
Yes, he's wonderful. Just all of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Just what class and dignity.
I can't give them enough credit to that team, man.
Yeah, me too.
Hope they come
now I know why they're great. They walk in. They're not cocky either. You can see they know they're good. They you know, they've got a little swagger, but they're not real cocky, and they're very friendly. They're very nice.
Funny,
they treat bowling bad well. What I was curious about is when they opened. What did they look like? You know, just a walk back, normal walk. You know, get up there again and strike. Handled it like gentlemen.
Yeah, immediately.
A gentleman team, I might add.
Immediately after the tournament, I went to their webpage, the Weber Warriors, and
looked
at all the players. Now I invested in them because
I know.
They're so great.
Me too. They won me over.
Great.
Tom Hankey won me over. I'm a fan of his.
Great kid.
I'm a fan of Evan naturally because I've known him. But Tom Hankey, plus he's a New Englander. Great Barrington, from where I lived in Suffield, what, 60 miles, 70 miles from Suffield. You go through Agawam, you go out through Southwick, and you get up to Great Barrington. Beautiful out there in the Berkshires.
It was nice. Tom Hankey's mom was able to watch us win.
Yeah.
So that stuff makes me so happy.
I love it. I love it. Now this weekend, again, we want people to watch because, you know, with the 50 and overs, we know they're going to have family from other parts of the country watching. So hopefully, you know, we get some nice viewers from around the country watching, people, especially from the Northeast. A lot of Easterners here. A lot of Easterners still here, like me and you, of course, New Englanders.
We are.
Yeah.
All right. So, and also on the pair next to the featured pair is going to be Luke, which is Joseph Lasik, Justin Aldridge, Dwayne Billy, Darren Lamar, and they're bowling against #1 team Brightview Financial.
Wow, so we get a chance to watch them as well.
Yep, Hanskin, Hammerton,
get a chance to watch John Pfister. Now, last time Pfister was on our cameras, he shot 807, and he's still bowling great.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he's got a 5-pin league on
He's solid every week, 236.
Yeah,
He's not fluctuating.
you know, knowing David's now hungry. David's going to have to figure something out real quick here because, you know, we get around week 18. You're 5 pins down. That means you got to beat him by 5 with all that baggage behind you. That means you got to do some great bowling in the second half.
And I know Stouffer wants the high
Oh,
average.
Stouffer wants high average. You know, he's a competitor.
Especially this league, though.
You know, he's not here for fun. He's here to win, and I understand that. He's got killer in him. He likes winning, but he's got his hands full now. And Pfister knows he's got him. Pfister's the type of guy I honestly believe you put him 5 pins ahead, he's got to say to himself, he can't catch me.
Yep.
He's smart. He knows how to bowl.
I mean,
It's going to be a good match. I still think Ricky Ward will sneak in. Alshire. Bingo looks real good. Scott Cobb. I'm real kind of curious about the top 5. Right now, those 2 are 1-2, and then after that, it's like anybody in the next
Cobb's dragged out the 220s in third right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So yeah, let's face it, this is probably the best league in the area with talent.
Oh, no doubt.
So have a high average in this league is really saying something.
No doubt about it. I can see what's going to happen next year. I can see 36 teams. It's a no-brainer. The competition's fantastic. The conditions are very fair. They are a house shot, but they are wide open. It isn't a score fest. You can, and as evidenced by Stouffer and Alshire on some of the weeks they bowl, Lee Ratchet, you know, 620, 630 for guys that are 230 averages in other houses. What I like is that you can get to the pocket. Entry angle is critical. What your ball does at impact is critical. If your ball's losing a little energy at impact, you got a weak 10. Automatic to 6 lay and a flat cutter. That thing really needs to pick up some speed coming off the oil, and that's a trick on some pairs here.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got for this week. You have anything exciting?
No, I'm just excited. Wednesday night's my night. I love it. Now I'm doing this Saturdays as well. So for me to live stream this sport at my age, to take an old man out of retirement and let him talk to people around the bowling world 2 days a week for me is absolutely a thrill for me and an honor, and I love it. I look forward to it. And I want to thank everybody for coming aboard.
All right, $35 winning 500 this Saturday.
35 winning 5. I want your action. Can I be your backer?
You want Covington?
I need to make a little food money, please. Please, I'm on Social Security and very little income. Will you help me?
If I had half your money, I'll throw my half away.
Can I borrow $10 so I can have a club sandwich tonight?
On me.
Oh, look at that. All I got to do is cry a little bit and I get a free meal.
Is Covington going to win?
I love getting a free
I
meal.
think Covington's going to win.
Covington, he's tough.
He throws
How
the
good is he throwing at 58 years of age? I'll tell you what.
Man.
Beautiful game. I like Dave.
Ron Lushard's bowling.
Ron Lushard.
Champ's going to be here. Yeah. Robert Eddy's bowling.
Robert Eddy.
Yeah, so.
I'll bet you we get a lot of surprises coming up. I bet you Calior's got to come up.
Maybe
I want the great Steve. I'm
$35.
issuing a challenge to you, Calior. If you're watching,
He's watching.
you are eligible for this, Steve. We want to see you bowl here.
He's a super senior.
He's a super senior. How many other guys from Naples over 50 you think we could get that are really good? Morgan's 49. We just miss him. He's tough.
I don't know, John Huff. I don't know if he's going to bowl or not.
Look, John
He
Huff.
just won the,
John Huff just won a 50 and over at Birdies, didn't he?
Memorial.
John Huff is
Over
great.
East
What a
Coast.
bowler.
We got Ron Martin Sr. is great.
Oh yeah, those three might show. They might surprise us.
He has a work
What about
rate.
going north up in Sarasota,
I don't know anybody.
Northport? Get you guys over 50 up there.
I don't really know that.
Remember,
far.
Chuck Sauser was great out of Sarasota. Chuck Sauser's a great bowler. I think he won the most SBAs in Florida. I haven't seen Chuck in many years. Fantastic bowler. I think he won 30-something SBAs to be the leader. Oh yeah, he's. I think he's in his 60s. I'd love to have Chucky come down and bowl.
He's a Mike Lichina bowling. Is that what it is?
Well, you know, I would love to have Michael come here and bowl. I'm trying to get him down here this winter. Maybe we could time it on a 50 and over weekend and get him in
Well, the
here.
senior tour's up the street in April.
Yeah, I wanted him to bowl last year. He won't leave New England.
I'll sponsor him.
I don't know why. You'll sponsor him?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Mike Lichina. Yeah.
You know who sponsors it? Mike Haugen sponsors my
really?
son. They've been best of friends for
Mike
15
Haugen.
years. Mike Haugen, the great PBA champion, senior bowler of the year, won the Tournament of Champions, is my son's sponsor.
Wow.
Yeah, they bowled together many years, same USBC team out of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Michael bowls with a team out of Phoenix.
Jacob Butcher, he bowled?
He bowled with Jacob Butcher for 4 years and bowled his worst 4 years of 20 before it. And I said, if there was ever a time he could have won an Eagle in doubles,
Yeah, one of the greatest.
he had Buttriff as a sponsor, but he just did not bowl well. He's embarrassed by it. He said, Dad, it hurts. I says, I know. I know. I know. When you're a good bowler and you get a chance to bowl with one of the best in the world, which is, so rare, and you're just, he was in an age of 46 to 50, he just didn't have it. He lost it. Lost some stroke, lost some power, lost some confidence. And that usually happens to bowlers in their late 40s. They change. Their bodies change. Their release changes. They lose their confidence. Imagine bowling with Buttriff.
No. I bowled the same regional that Buttriff won his first title ever.
Did you really?
I did. He was in Reno.
I didn't know that. I bowled the doubles tournament with Belmonte in 2006 at the Eliminator. I bowled the over and under 50 with Belmonte, won 3-game block. He shot 680. I had about 590. It took about 1340 to make the cut on that squad. And I watched him bowl. And when he first started practicing, I thought he was fooling around. Then I'm looking around. They said, "Well, that's how he bowls." I said, "Yeah, I could see that. Unbelievable." What an honor it was. And nobody knew who he was, but a few of these guys. He just started coming here. This is 2006. He was in the early 20s. He had been bowling, in other continents, but just started coming to the United States. He was not a PBA member yet. How about now what he's done?
Unbelievable.
He's the king.
He's the king.
Yeah.
He started it all.
It's just an amazing bowler. Going to be fun to watch this Fox series coming up. One more major, and he goes around Carter. Carter and him are tied for majors. The PBA didn't recognize 6 of Don Carter's majors because they were won before the PBA was an association, which is only right. He won before the PBA. But he has 11 majors, and so does Belmonte. So Belmonte needs one more to be the all-time leader ever, and I hope he gets it.
It's a gimme.
I would like him to get it. I would like to see him win. He's great for the game. He's changed the world of bowling. These kids around the planet bowl with 2 hands. Oh yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
He's a fine man, good man. A lot of people don't like it because he's two-handed. You can't be that good that long unless you know what you're doing. He didn't back into this. He's great.
He said that when he was younger, the ball was too heavy. He'd do it 2 hands. He said that way. Same like Kyle too's the same thing.
Yeah.
He bowled at such a young age and ball
He's a surgeon out there, and he's accurate. You look at the CAT system. They put Specto on him. Look at those arcs. They're identical. They're within a ½ inch when he's locked in, going gutter to gutter. And I'm watching it going, wait a minute, he's laying it down on 40, he's hitting 35 of the arrows, he's going out to 7, and you watch that hook, and then next ball's in the same arc. He's not missing by 5 either side, where he's getting lucky and he's got a wide pocket because he's got area. He's executing.
That's why he's going to be all-time major league.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Great for bowling to watch him. I feel a few new stars are going to come out this year. I like Prather. I like Prather out of Illinois. I think that he could be a bowler of the year. I like Bill O'Neill, who's an older bowler now. Great bowler. I think Bill O'Neill could be bowler of the year this year. I hope Prather or O'Neill get it.
I think the next phenom will be A.J. Chapman.
A.J. Chapman.
He thought it was so good.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Another bowler from Illinois.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably my favorite.
Yeah, A.J. Chapman. You like the way he bowls.
Prather's got it.
Anthony Simonson, he's got tricks. He won with a backup.
I know he's backup, yeah.
Now that's the one that gets me. Two-handed backup. He can go either way. He can play the left or the right. He can play 40 boards. Well, wait a minute.
It's not fair.
Yeah. How about that? If he wins with a backup ball, starts swinging the first arrow and hooking it off the left. If anybody had told me I'd see that in my life, I'd tell them you're crazy. No one has ever been that good to go either way. And he can do it.
He's only 23.
Yeah. Made a lot of money.
All right. Well, this is the fastest 30 minutes of bowling.
Okay.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. See y'all Wednesday night. See you Saturday, you 50 and over people. Come on and join us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on.
All right.
Good job, boss.
Thank you.